Hey guys, it is J.Belle. Welcome to the J.Belle Show on 93.3 The Q. I'm on afternoons from 2 to 6, and I have my first official guest since I got to Albuquerque. Let's welcome Nessa Barrett to the show. Yay!
Hi.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm so good. I'm so good. I'm like absorbing all of the love from my EP right now, and
Right.
it's insane.
It's crazy because I just saw your new video dropped today. Pretty
Yeah.
flippin'. We're going to get into that. Okay. First, I want to jump into a little bit of background before we get into the new stuff. So, when I was reading your bio, you were fresh out of high school, decided to pack up your things and move to Los Angeles to pursue your dreams. So, let's just talk about what were some of the things that were going through your mind when you decided to do this? Like, we all go and pursue our dreams, but it's like, oh my God, I'm really doing this. Talk about that a little bit.
Oh, I don't know. I feel like I just like wanted to do it, so I did. It was kind of like a crazy thing. I feel like I have always been a person to really like strive for what I want in life. When I have a dream, I chase it until I get there. And I don't even know what's going on, but it's been crazy ever since I moved here, and it's just so cool.
It seems like it just skyrocketed really, really fast. And I want to talk about some of the biggest things you've had to navigate through since being kind of thrust into the spotlight. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, being in the public eye is kind of hard, especially with hate and the judgment that I receive from a lot of different people. I feel like that's the biggest thing. But I feel like I've done a pretty good job, like staying grounded and like, knowing my truth and not really letting anything get in the way of that. So yeah.
And I'm pretty sure your angel, because I was looking on your Instagram, your angel helps out with that, right? Let's talk about this guy. Yeah. See, he makes you smile, so you got to talk about him.
Oh, I love him. He's just an amazing support system, and it's really good to have someone that is going through the same thing that I'm going through, and like we can like confide in each other and be there for each other, and it's just really special to have someone um, that's dealing with the same thing so close to me.
Now, is he like a singer like you are, or does he work more behind the scenes?
No, yeah. I mean, he's a rock star. I mean, he's doing his own thing. He's on tour right now with MGK. So, I mean, he's killing it.
Oh, now that's funny you bring up MGK because recently I was just reading a story about him and getting into some fights in Chicago. Your angel wasn't a part of that, was he? He kind of stayed back and let him do
No,
it.
no. I mean, I love them both, but no, he wasn't.
Now I want to talk a little bit about your heritage because you're Puerto Rican, and this month is Latino Heritage Month. What are some of the things, the complexities? Because you talked a little bit about this just a second ago about some of the hate. What are some of the complexities that you've had to deal with being Latino, working in a pop industry? You have your Latin pop, and then there's
No, yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things. I feel like for me the biggest thing is that a lot of people don't really acknowledge my culture and my ethnicity and like you know who I am really. A lot of people like make kind of ignorant comments assuming like
yeah.
my race and all of that stuff. And I don't know. I feel like I would say that, it could be a struggle if I was kind of doing this a little bit ago, but I mean like we live in a world where like there's people like Shakira and Selena Gomez and so many like powerful Latina women that are kind of running the music industry, and that's empowering for me. I mean, it's so cool, and I think that it kind of like gives me a little bit more strength than it being like a disadvantage. I love it.
Now, are you gonna kind of cross over a little bit into that realm as you get more and more into your career, or are you gonna stick to?
Um, I would love to. I've always wanted to make a song where I'm fully singing in Spanish. But I don't know. It would be like really cool to do. But I do feel like there's a lot of the times where I do take some elements and inspiration from a lot of artists, especially like Rosalia and stuff, and kind of have it and like imply it in my music, but a lot of people don't really hear it. But I know that I'm taking inspiration by a lot of those things, because I mean, like, that's what I grew up listening to. That's, I mean, the only music that was playing around my house back home. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, I also like doing something different. I feel like I've lived my entire life singing and listening to that music. So I think it's kind of like fun doing something differently, and like kind of making music that I feel like defines me a little bit more, rather than, just following like my culture.
Right. I can understand that. I can get that. I just thought there was something to ask because we're right in the middle of it. And I know you
No,
are.
I
Go ahead.
would love to one day. I'm like, I want to kind of like dive into it whenever I feel like comfortable enough. But yeah.
Understandable. Understandable. Now, I talked a little bit off before we actually started recording about your first appearance on the VMA red carpet. And I was like, who is this girl? She caught my eye. I was like, bam. Right. And so, how was it being on that red carpet, taking all of that in as a new artist?
Insane. I never like knew how red carpets work. I feel like everyone always like wants to like wonder how, but I mean, I kind of just got out of the car and I was like thrown on the carpet and I was like, what is going on? It's very like overwhelming and surreal and it's crazy. But yeah, I don't know. It
You
was
loved it though. You were
cool.
enjoying yourself. I could really tell, you were really,
No,
really taking
no,
it
yeah.
all
I
in.
mean, I always love like an opportunity to dress up and like have fun. So I think that's always like a fun thing. Like, and it's like, oh, I get to go to like an event and wear a dress. But
Right?
um,
Exactly. And you were looking good. You were looking good. You and your angel look really good together, but you
yeah.
really stood out because you have a very, very beautiful face and very natural lips. Some people like to use the fillers. I
Ew.
mean, pop in, pop, pop, pop. So I had to, you're welcome. I had to give that to you. Now, the experience inside of it, you're watching all of these artists that you kind of grew up listening to. Did they give you some insight on how you want to do your stage presence when you're ready to go do a live show?
Oh yeah, 100%. I think that watching the performances really showed me a lot. It's not only about the music and how well like your vocal performances, but like the set and everything that comes with it. It's an experience and you want to make it an experience for the audience, and I think that's really cool. And it just got me excited to start touring and like performing. And but yeah.
And that's exciting. And we're going to get to that at the end of this. But I want to get into your EP, Pretty Poison. The video dropped today, but I want to understand the inspiration behind it because I mean, Pretty Poison is like, you know what I'm saying? You'll think of poison being pretty. So
No,
kind of talk
yeah.
about that a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, like the idea of Pretty Poison, it's kind of like fame. Everyone sees fame as something that's so like glamorous and amazing, but there are like downsides to it and a lot of negatives that come with it. And so I feel like it's toxic and I have like a love-hate relationship with it. And so Pretty Poison just seemed perfect for me. And for the video. I was basically like playing in a movie theater because like I am out on display for everyone to watch. They're watching my every move, and everyone in the audience is wearing a mask because everyone online is kind of like hiding behind a screen. So yeah, that was basically was the idea for it.
I love it.
And yeah, thank you so much.
I love that because when you break it down, it really does make a lot of sense. Fame is very intoxicating, as we see on social media. Everyone is trying to be famous for something. And,
Yeah.
and so let's go into your social media a little bit because you have a lot of followers. You have 5.6 million followers and they go crazy for you. Can that be a little scary sometimes for yourself?
It's scary just because like I wish that I loved myself as much as other people love me, you know. But at the same time, it's like they're all like my babies. Like I feel like I have a responsibility. Like I am here making music to help them, you know. It's all for them, and it's very motivating. Just like even if like I'm only helping like one of my followers, that's more than enough for me, and I'll just continue to do it because I feel like that's just kind of like my purpose.
I love that answer. For you to be so young, you have a lot of wisdom and insight. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm
Yeah.
36, okay? And I'm
Not look
30.
30 at all.
Oh, well, thank you, girl. I appreciate that. It's the Fenty makeup, okay? But for you to have this much wisdom and insight at such a young age, I love it because I'm still learning these things about myself. And so I completely get where you're coming from. Social media can be good and bad at the same time. I always say that. And so I want to talk about like the good and the bad because your single that we're playing right now, I hope you're miserable. That's a pretty strong title, like Pretty Poison. You gotta hope you're miserable. And I'm watching the video itself, and I saw an appearance in the very beginning. I didn't know if that was Angel, but that's what we're gonna call him. It's like very quick.
No, that's actually so funny. That's actually my best friend Cooper. Which is so funny. But yeah, I mean, like, I love like I mean, Cooper's been my best friend from the beginning, and you know, I love involving him as much as I can, you know, and I think it's just cool. And I love also like being like personal. So having like personal Easter eggs, like, oh wait, my actual best friend in real life is like in my video. I think it's like cool, you know. But yeah, that was my best friend. But yeah.
Well, the song is really great. I loved it.
Yeah.
It wasn't what I was expecting. It's kind of like pop rock. And when I listen to that, I think of groups like Paramore with Haley Williams when
Yeah.
they first came out, how big they became. And so it gave me that nostalgia with that record. And so, I mean, the people are loving it here too. They're requesting it left and right. I'm just going to tell you. So we want to keep that going. And so I got 5 minutes left with you. So I want to play a quick game. Okay. It's called First Thoughts. I thought of this last night. So whatever first comes to mind, that's what you gotta go with. Okay.
Okay.
So first thoughts, A, person you would love to collaborate with on a song.
Probably Billy and Phineas, 100%.
Okay. Billie Eilish. Okay. And her brother. Okay. Ideal date night.
That's so hard.
Gotta be quick. Gotta be quick. Gotta be quick.
Probably picnic on the beach at night. I love that stuff.
Oh, okay. All right. Ultimate guilty pleasure.
Guilty pleasure. I am not good at this cooking.
Okay, maybe
I love ASMR. That's it.
Say it one more time.
ASMR.
Samar.
ASMR. It's like this like weird like these weird videos and they like whisper in the mic.
ASMR. Okay, got you. Okay, I'm gonna do this last one. Pizza or tacos?
Pizza.
Definitely. I got you. I go with tacos. but I got you. Pizza
You
do.
know, I love both, but I've been on a pizza wave recently, so.
Okay. All right. Well, Nessa, thank you so much for taking the time and
Thank
talking with me
you.
today. For us in Albuquerque, share your socials really quick and we'll close out.
Yeah, my socials are Nessa Barrett. That's it.
That's the end. Nessa Barrett on everything, everybody. Thank you again, Nessa. I appreciate your time, and your record is a hit. And I look forward to seeing more of you, and hopefully you guys will come back.
Yes, of course. Thank you so much. I love talking to you. This was amazing.
Yay. All right, Nessa. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.